Good afternoon, guys, girls. It's Mark here at Revitupuk UK. I've been asked many times to answer everyone's questions, so we decided today to put a question and answer session on Instagram. So I'm going to try and get back to all the questions as best as I can and as honest as I can. And away we go. Yeah, so basically the business was started in 2001. I had literally just left RAF. I was in the RAF for 2 years. My uncle offered me to do a bit of joinery work. I knew I wasn't going to do anything with my hands to make money for the rest of my life. I'm not a manual person. I was more sort of interested in making money with my head and my brain. When I was 16 years of age, I had sold a few designer jeans on eBay, and that's sort of what got me the bug, really. It's sort of a bit of an entrepreneur, wanting to make the money, wanting to be my own boss. I decided to buy my first car, which was an L200 Warrior. And long story short, it wasn't for me. After about a week, I realised it wasn't a car that I wanted to own, so I decided to sell it. I made some good profit within a couple of days, and I thought, hold on a minute, something's ticked here. I need to start selling cars, and that's what got me the bug. And I literally started on my dad's drive, selling 1 or 2 cars. My neighbour decided to dob us into the local council because we had 3 cars on my dad's drive, and we had people coming to view vehicles, so we decided that we needed to move from there. And literally my cousin owned a joinery company and said, why don't you put your 3 cars in my showroom? And that's how it all started, basically, from there on. My first car was a Blue Nova 1.2 Merit with an orange pink stripe down the side with a blank point, I can't even say it, blank point stereo sticker on the back, so everyone knew what to rob when the car was somewhere else other than my drive. And we actually went down to Mid Wales to buy some second-hand used wheels, which were 50 quid. And we then went to B&Q on the following Friday, bought some Hammerite paint and Hammerited them, and that was basically about it. But yeah, loved it, absolutely loved that car. I don't even know if it's still going. E42 BNF is the red, so if anyone knows that car, give me a shout. I want to buy it. We try and set, it's a difficult one really, because again, prices have gone through the roof in the last couple of years with any vehicle. More so classics have gone mad in price. In terms of profit, we try and work off, if it's under 10,000, it's 1,000. It's the going rate, as they say, is every £100 or every £1,000 you spend, you should be making £100 profit. So we try and make on an average £2,000 to £2,500 for cars 20,000 and plus. That hopefully will give some people some kind of answers, but it depends, because obviously some cars you manage to get very cheap, and some cars you've got to pay a lot of money for the right example. So sometimes it is just a gamble and a bit of a chance, and if you make it, great, and if you don't, you don't, and you learn from your lessons over the years, and there's been many of those lessons learned over the last 20 years for me. This has been asked a few times. I want to say yes. I had 3 showrooms at my old premises in Sandycroft for 11 years. We decided that we had sort of 75 cars in stock. It was very difficult to manage those 75 cars. So we moved here 2.5 years ago. Best thing we've ever done. I've created an amazing team around me, who really look after me, look after the business, look after our followers, our customers. We've always tempted and thought about buying up in Scotland. So actually having a dealership in Glasgow. 40% of our market is Scottish, and we get asked all the time about, why don't you buy a showroom up here, move up here, move there. So I think the only sort of way forward for us would be buying a showroom up in Glasgow. So at least it helps our Scottish customers, followers. I mean, for example, last week we had 4 cars going to the top end of Fort William, Aberdeen, Isle of Skye, Glasgow, Edinburgh. So we would do a lot up to Scotland. One that I've enjoyed the most driving, that I've had the experience, I haven't drove many, I've sold a lot, but I've not drove many, is the FD2 Civic Type R. I think value for money and for what you get. The prices again have obviously gone through the roof at the moment, but to find a championship JDM version saloon, white on white wheels, right mileage, for me personally is the car. But I know there's a lot that love the EK9s and things like that. I think Hondas, obviously Evos, there's some great cars, but there's also some ridiculous prices out there now as well. There's been quite a few. If anyone knows me and my cars, I've had quite a lot of cars. I'm a bloody nightmare with it. I would say, can I say my top 3?
Yeah.
Right, let's say my top 3. So my top 3 would be, not in any particular order, Audi RS7. It was stage 2 highly tuned. My what else have I got? My current Porsche GT4 is probably one of the best cars I've owned. Driving wise, it's a PDK, it's just the ultimate for me. And the third car I would say, God, third car. Probably my 911 Turbo Gen 2 that I've got at the moment. It's one of those cars, it's a classic, never losing money. Always wanted a nice Porsche and decided to treat myself. And yeah, I'd probably say that's my 3. Right, so in the beginning, I used to trawl eBay for hours, Auto Trader for hours, and I mean literally like 4 or 5 hours of every evening looking for cars, driving as far down as Cornwall and then going to view a car that's been described as mint, and it isn't mint, it's an absolute bag of you know what. Now, though, very lucky as the business has become sort of more popular, more, with a lot of our followers, we've got a lot more viewers. Customer base has grown massively over the last 20 years. We now get offered cars, so we're very lucky that we get, I would say, offered 5 to 6 to maybe 10 cars a day, even in the current climate, and we probably only buy 1 or 2 of those cars. I would have said Ford 2 years ago. But I think anyone that's got a Ford now that wants to try and make some money is going to find it very difficult, because the prices have either, if they bought it now, then they're going to do well to make any profit, because I think the prices have gone through the roof so far that it's going to get to a point with Fords where they are going to drop. I wouldn't say dramatically, but I think anyone that wants, for example, RS Mark 2 money, 40 grand. As I said, we've got one here at the moment at 38. Ours is priced probably one of the best in the UK for spec and mileage and certainly condition. Personally, I would say that for me, Porsche. I think you're always going to do well with Porsches. If you can get hold of a classic Porsche, a 911, 997, 996 turbo, the 50, 60 grand, now I think 3-4 years time they're going to be 100,000. Definitely. Oof, dream car. For me, God, it's either a new Ford GT. Oh God, difficult one. I'm a big fan of Ferraris, so I love an 812 super fast Ferrari. Not drove one, just love them. I think it's probably next on my list. That would be my dream car, I would say at the moment. Best car, difficult one that.
Could be value.
I was going to say, God, we've had so many. I mean, we sell 380 cars a year, so times that by 20, it's a lot of cars. I always remember having it's weird, this is strange, but why I remember so much, I went on a train to Wetherby and picked up a Ford Focus ST3 in orange. 10, 12, 13 years ago, they first come out. This one was one of, I believe, only one of 4 in the UK that had full leather in orange and black. It was customised and ordered by the original guy that bought the car. And I don't know why, for me, that sticks out in my head as being one of the best cars that I remember selling, because it was just the guy that bought it drove all the way from Cornwall to buy it, and he'd been messed around with 4 cars previous, and he'd had to send the car back to a dealership because it wasn't right, and he just wanted a clean Focus. And I always remember him literally coming up and he actually had a tear in his eye because he was so happy with the end result and how happy he was with the car. I think that's one thing that sticks in my head. There's not much to do outside of work other than children and cars. I mean, I breathe and live everything Rev-it. I mean, anyone that knows me and my team will know that I literally leave here, I go home, I see to the kids, I love my family, I love being a dad. I commute up and go up to Yorkshire every 2 weeks to see my other children from a previous relationship. I have 5 children down here as well. I love my kids, but other than children, I don't get much time to do much sports these days. It's just spending time as a family, going out playing football, going to the park, riding bikes, trying to keep active, but it's very difficult to do that sat behind a desk, as I probably sit here 7-8 hours every single day, and then of an evening probably do exactly the same again. But yeah, that's where I am really. So yeah, and hope you like it, guys. Hope you like the sort of answers to the questions that people have thrown over. If you have any more, we're going to look to do maybe a part 2 session on it. Obviously, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, you name it, all the social media platforms. We are trying to be on all of them. If you have a car to sell, give us a shout. We'll always try and come back to you on a car. If you're looking for a Part X price, or you're looking to get out of finance that you're already in and buying a new vehicle, give us a shout and we'll see what we can do for you. Thanks for watching. Thank you. Cheers.